What's up, YouTube? Today, I have something special for you guys today. I know I've been reporting on how bad the labor market has been, and I think that people are starting to catch on to this. I'm starting to see more news outlets display this, perhaps mostly like red websites, but that's fine with me. I'm cool. I'm cool with a lot of the right wing exposing the left wing. To some degree, it helps because up until this point, I have not seen anybody reporting on how bad the job market actually is. So when I was on Reddit today, I actually saw something that piqued my curiosity. I saw that somebody had a post inside of Recruiting Hell, something I also mentioned back in the past, where people are actually giving their actual expression on how the job market really is fluctuating, how whether or not people are getting jobs, whether or not jobs are coming out. So basically, I saw one big headline that said 1.5 million jobs have been lost, which is, by the way, correct according to what the not the IRS, but what the Fed was trying to do or anticipated they would have to do previously from last year, was that they were going to have to lose 1.5 million jobs. So it looks like they did it. Okay, so the real depressing part about this headline is that I want to say for the last 6 months, we've been seeing, or let's say the last 3 months, we've been seeing about 200,000 or so jobs being added to the market per month. Well, now we get that disclaimer from, I guess, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and they're saying that your numbers ain't right. And I don't know if this is the Biden administration controlling the so-called free press that we have in the United States, but I'm telling you, it's been bad for months. I'm telling you, it's been horrible for months. And the people in Recruiting Hell on Reddit could identify with that. They're saying that our nation is now $34 trillion in debt. That's one. And it's nothing. We're still giving money out to, other countries for guns and all kinds of things. But that's neither here nor there. The biggest problem is that now we're making fugazi numbers. I don't know if it just sounds better in the State of Union address to not say that we overstated 439,000 jobs in our report, as much as 25,000 jobs inflated on each report. I'm guessing that's not a very popular thing for Biden to say, which I have nothing against Biden. I actually voted for him, unfortunately, and I feel like a complete idiot for doing that. That's neither here nor there as well. So another big thing that they're not telling you is that, people, the unemployment rate went from 3.7 to 3.8. It's still in that Goldilocks zone that everybody's talking about. But what they're failing to say is that the jobs that are out there are trash jobs. These are jobs that, these are your fast food jobs. These are your service jobs, a lot of which make most of their money on tips. These jobs are not high-end jobs. These jobs are not degree-seeking jobs or certification jobs. These jobs are jobs that anyone could get without a degree. So that should let you know where the pay rate is. Basically, the average American right now is working their main job and maybe a side hustle, maybe Uber, maybe McDonald's, whatever the case. But the problem right now is that everybody's saying that the market is good. It's a Goldilocks zone. And there's more jobs than there are people. Bullshit. I call bullshit on it. One of the posts in the Reddit actually just confirms it. They're saying that they replied to that post about the 1.5 million jobs being lost, and they're saying that they run a relatively small business. they were looking to hire about 3 people, maybe 4, right? You know, just in case the third drop. But let's say max they were going to hire 4 people. They put out a post for a job, and guess how many applicants responded within by that end of the week? I want to say 850 applicants. 850 applicants applied to that little small store job. So that lets you know that no, there aren't more jobs than there are employees out there. And the amount of scrutiny that employers are putting people through now makes sense, because if I'm used to getting 20 applicants and I screen 10 of them and then 5 seep through, then, you know, the process is a lot more easier than if I have 100 and I have to sift through 50 and then 20 make the process and I'm only looking to hire 5. Yeah, you're going to be anal about everything. You're going to be anal about whether or not this person knows this discipline, whether it's SQL, C#, or whatever. I don't know what other industries you may be in. I'm using technical terms, but you know, if you don't know PHP or Perl or something like that, you get an X off the list and it's next. And then another one might say, well, hey, you know, we like this guy, but something I got recently, he doesn't fit our culture. So you can fit everything, check every box. And at the end of the day, if you don't fit their company culture, somebody else got that position over you. I'm only bringing up these things because this is a real issue. There are a lot of people out there without a job. There are a lot of people out there with multiple jobs, and nobody is happy except for the top 10%. Nobody is happy. I dare you to find another person who's happy, completely happy with their financial standpoint and where they're going to be in the next, you know, couple years whenever they retire. I dare you to ask someone near you. So we see that the cumulative inflation rate on living costs is about 17%, which means that the average American absolutely has to work multiple jobs to keep up with everything. And we're seeing that the U.S. labor force is at a record low of 62.5%. So that means the amount of people participating in the labor force has decreased a lot, and that's due to the Fed. So we see that unemployment jumped from 3.7 to 3.8, and we see that wage growth went from 4% to 4.1%, meaning the few people who did get a raise didn't get that much of a raise, and the rest of everybody else just got fired. So I just kind of want to point these things out to let you know that regardless of what you see inside the news, because the news has been lying to us. Last month it told us that they created 219,000 jobs. Well, based on this report that I got from Fox News, basically, or you can even say the Bureau of Labor Statistics, based on that, they were lying by at least 25,000 jobs. And if you add all that up, it comes out to 439,000 jobs that they just kind of been adding to the numbers to make themselves look good in an election year. So if I sound like I'm taking this personal, it's because I am. I have a lot of friends and a lot of people I know who are struggling, who are really struggling, and it's not their fault. In fact, if you're listening to this and you're watching this and you're in a predicament, it's probably not your fault that you're having a hard time. And the fact that the news just kind of spits in your face and doesn't tell you what you really need to hear is also very, very, very degrading and disappointing. So I want to be one of the few people to give you the real news. Again, you know, I can talk about a million other things, but I want to talk about this because it's going to become more and more relevant in the next, I want to say, month or so. So just be prepared and be ready. I told you that this market is fucked up, and it's been fucked up for months. But the wave is starting to hit, and all that glitter from the holidays and all that shit just roaring off. So be prepared. It's gonna be a hot summer. But until then, this is your boy Rams with TNN. I'm glad to bring you the real news. Holla back at me. Give me a comment, like, or subscribe if you're feeling what I'm saying. Be easy.